Hello. Denise Sith here, finding calm in the chaos. I'm bringing you something. This is literally just a rough draft of what I'm hoping to do in the long run. But just setting up, basically, this is going to be a little test to see how we do the upload or the download, whatever it's called, to YouTube. We're on YouTube. And so you can get a little behind the scenes of where I sit. The boys are out. Mr. Sith and Peter went to School of Rock. Today is his first day of actual drum lessons. He graduated out of the rookies program, and he'll be doing lessons, private lessons, until he's 8, which is October, and then he'll be going into the next step up. So, like, yay! So I could see you here. I could see you here. And basically, I'm going to record a coffee talk. So I'll probably have to put a warning on here that there's language, but, you know, YouTube. My coffee, Dalgona iced, and always water. So this is what we're doing. So you're going to come behind the scenes and see what I do. This is pretty much it, right? This is the trusty mic. This is my little coffee voodoo girl. I don't know if you can see her. See her. I don't know. But she's my little good luck charm. Got her while I was in Myrtle Beach, and I like her. So here's the trusty pink headphones. I do a little test. I always play my music before I start. I feel like it kind of gets me in the mood and like lets me start off right, or your tone's off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you probably don't, because unless you're podcasting. But I do a little test first. So testing for a coffee talk. And of course it's not working because it's not on. All right, we're turning it on. Testing, now that the microphone's on. All right, let's see how we did here. So off, re-listen to. It's on now. All right, so that's fine. Delete, test is off, and I will play my music. It's now playing in my head. The dog's having a bone here, Buster. Sheikah's sleeping, and then you just hope for the best that they'll actually sleep or keep themselves occupied for the time I'm talking. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right. And we're ready to record. Hello. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Coffee. I didn't like that. So I'm going to take this off because it is the first coffee talk in 2023. And so I'm going to delete that. It happens, you know, whatever. That's all part of editing. Okay. I don't know what I sound like on that. So that's the weird part. Like, I don't know if I'm muffled. I don't know if it's what. It's all part of the test. So we'll work on that if that's the case. Hello. Welcome to the first 2023 edition of Coffee Talk. I am Denise Sith, and you're listening to my podcast, Finding Calm in the Chaos. Anyways, I just want to let you guys know, for those of you at home who are watching right now, the recording, we are doing our first YouTube live edition, just to see how it goes. We're probably going to tweak this substantially because this is a pretty hard copy of what I actually have envisioned, but I don't know how to use this GoPro, so we're just kind of going at it. I can see in my camera what's going on, and I can see that the GoPro is recording, but that's pretty much all I got, right? So today we're going to talk just more and get real about the last 2 episodes that we've had this year. The first one being that, like, I'm on the struggle bus. I got nothing. It's been a rough year. But then just in a week, I was able to break down all of the things that I was going through over the last couple weeks and through the new year, to then kind of come to this place where I can establish where I may be getting those feelings from. And obviously I got the help of a therapist. I love my therapist. And I just really think that it's grieving. And I talked in last week's episode, the anxiety, grief, anger, and grief episode, that, and you don't have to have the grief, okay? Because I've always had the anxiety and the anger. We all do, but this has been a year. And here's the thing. We can't be like 2023 is already the year that we're all stressed out. Nonsense. Nonsense. Bury that shit attitude right there. Because that's not nonsense. We control how we feel. Period. And if we feel that this year's bringing shit, right? And it means that we feel that way. Not that it's actually happening. Because honestly, a year cannot distribute a thing to you. When you break it down that way, it makes a little bit more sense to kind of grab it by the nuts and kind of get more control over what you want to do. And I want to not have 2023. I want 2023 to be like a rockin' ass year for me. And it will be. We got our European trip coming up in June. We got a puppy. We got, we have jobs. We can afford eggs. Just saying. Eggs, man. Well, I always paid a lot for my eggs because, you know, they're the whole, you know, grass-fed. My girls do special things. But I just want to make sure that people know. I'm just checking on Buster. Hey? Yo! Buster! Honest to God, I don't know if he's chewing on his bully stick or on my shoe. Buster! Get out of there! Go chew on your stick. He's chewing on Peter's shoe. There's not. Anyway, this is kind of how it goes. Like, you never know. Like, this is the new reality. It is what it is. But this is people's reality. Buster, don't make me get up. Hey. See, I gotta go. I gotta go. See, and this is how it works. So you guys hang in there. This is how I move. Oh my goodness. You little boy, you chew this. You chew that. So I essentially gave him his bully stick so he could chew that instead of Peter's shoes. Headphones go back on for all the people at home that are only listening on the podcast. Thanks for joining us again. Thanks for the patience. It is what it is again. So we've come to the summarization. Is it a summarization? I don't even know. Conclusion? It's not a conclusion, so I'm never a conclusion. But I think it's a summarization that I am suffering from grief from the loss of my childhood friend and Pete's godmother. So in order to, I mean, it's a good thing, right? We just identified what my issue is, my added layer of chaos that is happening this year that's throwing me for a loop. So the good thing is that I can identify where it's stemming from. And then from there, I can move forward and try to help heal and honor those feelings and then accept and close it out. I've already been angry about it, so that's done, right? The anger part's over. I'm not really angry about it anymore because it is what it is. And quite frankly, I lose my shit on a daily basis. So like, how much more stuff can I be angry about? Not much. So I want to tell you guys all, for everyone who's like, you know, I've seen a lot of posts lately about moms, especially homeschool moms. Bless your hearts, homeschool moms. You're the best. I can't get over that so many people are having like complete breakdowns. Well, okay, you're having a breakdown, you're having whatever, but I think that it's all part of the day. Whether we want to believe it or not, it's all part of the day. How we handle it, listen, like again, mom's got a tough job. They got a tough job. And it could be here, it could be there, but sometimes we're just at our brink. We're humans. It happens. And so I found that for me, when I'm not expressing those things, I feel like it just starts building and building until eventually I uncork like a champagne bottle, but without all the good taste, and just lose my poop, and I'm a fucking psycho. There's that. So let me give you a little example of a day of Denise losing her poop. Here's how it goes, right? So was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. So it's Thursday when you lose your poop. You don't know. Every day is just a day. So it was Thursday. I wound up I had a bad day. Pete was struggling with the homeschool. They have their days, right? Just like kids have their days when they go to big block school. That's what we call it, big block school. And so he was having a moment. And so we're like, he's entitled to some, his feelings as well. So long story longer, school dragged on forever. I like to homeschool for 2 hours. Bing, bang, I'm done. And then we do some reading or some projects, cooking, an outdoor project, we're done, right? Nope. It dragged on till like the afternoon. And here's like, I'm trying to find time to do my devotional. I'm trying to find time for me. I'm trying to like listen to an Audible or a podcast every night just to like come down a little bit. I started watching a show. It's remember National Treasure, the movie with Nicolas Cage? So they have apparently a series on Disney Plus. So I don't care who likes or dislikes Disney. I'm not a fan of them, but you know what? I like the shit on their channel. So there's that. I give up a lot of shit. I'm not giving up TV too. So I don't hardly ever watch anything except for like series that are on. And then I usually wait till they're like done and the season finale is done. And then I watch them so I don't have to wait. And I can just watch them all consecutively. So I'm watching National Treasure, the series, which is kind of cute. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's not like action suspenseful like the movie. And there's no Nick Cage, but there's a Riley Poole. Just saying. They talk about Ben. They talk about Riley for all you National Treasure fans. Riley's on, but not Ben yet. What else is going on? Oh, so basically that's what I was doing. So I knew I wasn't going to have time to do that. I really need to get a pedicure. I could finally walk on my knee again. So that was the thing. So the dog was playing the other day and he's big. So when Chica goes for him sometimes, she's quick, right? Quick like a fox. She goes there. She's in and out. And, but he is not. He's like a big log with legs. So he's trying to get away from her, but he just kind of like jumps up and then sometimes he jumps too high and he falls backwards and he's like, badunk, badunk. And so he did that and he fell against my leg, just my shin, just boom, hit it, right? Like his bone hit my bone and it was like, ow, but whatever. Unless you have autoimmune disease, then you sprain your ankle and your knee. So I've been literally shuffling all over again. Like I had surgery on it. Okay. My other leg still completely swollen. If I can actually get my leg up on this counter, I'm going to show all you YouTubers what my freaking ankle looks like. It's ridiculous, but I can walk on it. It's numb still. I don't like that, but I think that's pretty much the new norm. It's numb. I can't find a shoe. Trying to find shoes. Struggling with shoes. I only have one pair of Skechers I can currently get in. I'm going to look ridiculous in a pair of sandals. Putting that right out there for everybody in the world, because this summer when I wear sandals, my ankles are going to look ridiculous. More ridiculous than when I got this surgery to fix it. Anyway, so that was being dragged on. I'm trying to find a pair of shoes this quest. I'm ordering like all these different wide feet. I got to buy arch inserts. I got arch inserts in here. I got to buy this. I got to buy that. I'm like, whatever, I would rather have square-toed than pointy toe, just because I don't think they're good for my feet anymore at all, which is probably why my feet are like this, because that's how I walked around with like, $400 pair of Via Speak boots. Where are my Via Spiga lovers? Oh, I love meat. They're leathers like butter. Sorry to all the vegans, but I don't give a crap. Anyway, you do you, boo. What else? Oh my God, I totally lost. Oh, the rage episode. Say, reel it in. So come on, Denise, you can do this. I I get all that, so I'm super frustrated. I got to plan every time am I the only mom out here who's like, or dad, whoever's in charge with the meals? As soon as I finish cleaning after one and doing everything in between, just when I finish what I'm supposed to do, I got to start another meal. It's ridiculous at this point. So I'm starting lunch. I'm finishing lunch. We're finishing homeschool. The dog is going cray-cray. They're barking and chasing each other, which is fun, except that she thinks she's on a kamikaze quest and she wants to kill him, right? Japanese dog wants to kill him. And my little Canadian fluffernutter, he thinks this is a big game. And so he just they run around the table like this, back and forth, like around, change directions. And she's psycho and wants to kill him. And he's all like, ba-dunk, ba-dunk, da-da-da, fun. Oh, she got me. Ow. But let's play some more. Ba-dunk, ba-dunk, ba-dunk. It's ridiculous. And that's what I do. And that's literally about 25 to 30 minutes of them just barking. And he's, and she's, if you have a Shiba, you know what I'm talking about. That horrible, if you don't know what a Shiba scream is, just find a video somewhere here on YouTube and do Shiba Inu scream and listen to dogs. They're ridiculous. They sound like they're getting murdered. It's very scary when you first hear it, but knowing that that's just the sound they make, yeah, it's pretty gross. So they're doing that. I'm trying to do devotional. Everybody's barking. Mr. Sith is no help. He was home all week, by the way. Yeah, because he had a sore throat and his nose was runny. Whatever. It pays to be a woman sometimes, because I really don't want to be that person who's like home and out of it because they have a sore throat and a runny nose. I'm walking around with a sprained shin and an ankle, and the other one looks like the size of my thigh. And I'm getting everything done. But I ain't home. Well, I am home. How do I take a day off? That's what I keep saying. Anyway, so you guys know I'm going to make this story like the entire podcast. I did not intend on doing that, but I had a point here with stress and anxiety. But I want you guys to know that like your day is not the only day that is completely fucked up, okay? That sometimes the days are just fucked up, and that is okay. It's okay to have those days. It's okay to not like your kid for a day. It's okay. You brought him into this world. If you don't want to like him for a day, that's our prerogative, period. You don't have to like your husband every day. I like him maybe 4 days out of the week. We're actually doing a family charter right now about our feelings, which I personally think is a bunch of bullshit. I'm not going to lie. But I think that if we all chose feelings that symbolized greater things, like joyfulness and love and appreciation and self-control, we chose things that were bigger than a feeling. Like, I want to feel happy. I want everybody to do what I want so I feel happier. No. That's not how it goes in my house. But we put our thing together. We identified our top 5 things that we want to be in the house and behaviors we think we could do to make those feelings exist. And I think it went pretty well. And you could totally read both Peter and Carl's papers. So there's a plus right there. So that's what we did this morning, actually. Now, on to the story that I'm going to make even longer. But actually, it is halfway through the podcast. So we do have to take a brief little break for our sponsor, Pet Matrix. And I'll be right back to finish it up. See you soon. All right. So basically, that is a little break for the sponsor. We insert those sponsor ads. We love Pet Matrix. We use it for Buster. They're an amazing family-owned business from my friends, Will and Summer and Tanisha. Go ahead and follow them online if you see them, or go look on Facebook, My Pet Matrix. So what I do is the first half of the recording is done. So I do, this is what? I think it's Coffee Talk number, I don't know. So we're just we're going to redo it. Coffee Talk. Today is the 21st. So 01/21/2023. Part 1. Oh, you know what? I don't do an ad today. Oh, for the love of sweet Jesus, I don't do an ad today. Well, I messed that up. So this is what I would do. We're going to do, I'll insert something else that's private, like a BarkBox subscription or something like that, because it's related to me. Because on Saturday, when I do these, just so you guys understand, on the Wednesdays, I don't swear at all or cuss because of the sponsorship. So I got to reel it in just to make sure, because, you know, you don't know, they're paying sponsors, so I want to make sure that it's aligned properly and whatnot. But Carl can fix this. It's not an issue. So let's jump back in and we'll put something there, right? I'm dying right now. See the crazy stuff? This is like every day. You just make it work. A lot of people have been asking me like what it takes to podcast, what it takes to do whatever. And honestly, this is what I do. And I love my desk. I have to do a shout out because I don't know if you can really see my desk, but this is old reclaimed wood. I believe from the late 1800s. I have all the pock marks and whatnot in it, but a very good friend of mine by the name of Brian McQuaid owns a company called Breclaimed, BRECLAIMED. He is on Insta and Etsy, Breclaimed Chicago. He's located in Chicago, and he makes this amazing wood art. He is a talented man. And this desk he made for me, you can't see it, I don't think you can, but in the corner there was like a crack. And I use this as a craft table as well. And so he had actually taken leather and just stitched it over in big X's. They're about that big. And it looks really cool on the end, I get that. And then I have a matching table on the other side. I wanted a little end table next to my little linen chair. And I couldn't find anything because the desk, it's very unique, and it was custom to what I wanted, the size and everything. So I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, oh shoot, I'll just have Brian make me one. So I saw this coffee table he did that was huge. And I said, could you make that a side table and raise it? He's like, just give me the sizes. So I did. So he stained half of it the color of my desk here, and the other half is stained black. And then it's on the metal, you can't see the desk, but there's a metal bottom. And then he stitched that also in leather down it's kind of it's literally 2 pieces of a table. I'll have to show you guys, when I learn how to move the podcast, I'll show you guys my whole office. But, one side is regular wood like this. The other side is black, and it kind of has a wave down it. He met both pieces, put them together somehow, and then made the little stitches again. I get compliments all the time on it. Peter has a little heart upstairs on his door that says miss you, and then Peter on the other side, when he goes to bed at night, we turn it over to miss you, and when he gets up in the morning, he turns it back to Peter. It's kind of a thing we do. And we have basically a little 3 coat hook on the wall, but it's like railroad spikes. And he also has that. It's very like industrial. I kind of have a weird taste, right? It's very it's almost like a masculine female combination. I love the grays, the soft grays with some black, but I love the real wood. But yet I have a very industrial round chandelier, but then it has little crystals hanging out of it. So gives it a little feminine touch. But yeah, that's pretty much how I roll. So let's do the part 2 that should have been a part 2, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Hello, hello, hello. We're back to the second part of Coffee Talk, which was supposed to be just one whole part, but I forgot and thought we were having a sponsor break. So I gave you a little bit of something I really like in the middle of there and go from there. See, I don't like that. So I'm going to stop it because you know what, I've just decided that, see, this is the hard part. I don't know if I should record it all. Like, be in front of me and let me know. It's just crazy. Here we go again. So he's doing that. Now I am just literally, it's an eruption at this point. So I shove, mind you, Peter's listening to YouTube on headphones because he told me he was watching Disney, but I knew he was watching that. So we just shut off all his time after that. I was like, okay, fine. You're just burying yourself. At that point, I'm like, I'm kind of vindictive in that, okay, I told you no YouTube. You're going to watch YouTube? So guess what? I'm going to let you watch YouTube until your time expires. And then I'm going to remove it from your tablet until I feel like putting it back on. See how that works? Why add an extra issue when you could just nip that shit in the bud? I'm like, I'll get you in the long run, buddy. You can play the game, but you can't play the game with the person who invented the game. Just saying. So, that said, I pushed the chair in that I was sitting on. And of course, I didn't just push it in. I shoved it into the fucking table. And I shook the whole fucking table moved. And my Life Factory bottle, for those of you on YouTube, my favorite one that was candy pink. This is just light pink. There was a candy pink one. Yeah. It dropped on the table sideways, slowly rolled off, and I'm literally running in place like fucking Scooby-Doo, trying to grab it. Mind you, Mr. Sith is standing right in front of it, and he's watching it. And I'm like, no. And then it rolls off, hits the floor, perfectly standing upright, however that happened, and because of my energy, and shattered. Just shattered out into a million pieces. I couldn't even take the lid off safely. The lid that I liked with a special thing that doesn't look like this crappy one, and it was white, and it looked better with my pink ones. Just saying that I did that. I did that. So now I got to get back on the floor and pick up glass. Like, hello. Serves me right, doesn't it? Duh. So needless to say, now I'm flipping the fuck out because I just broke my favorite glass. Then I'm also flipping the fuck out because I got to get back on the floor and clean glass up after that was why I freaked the fuck out with to begin with, because I had to get on the floor and wipe down the dog. Like, you can't, like, if this isn't a perfect example of like how your energy comes back at you. Lights off now, light way back on. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what is going on, people. Anyway, this is all part of the test. So needless to say, I lost my poop completely. I'm like fucking screaming and hollering that nobody cares about me and nobody just like understands that I'm struggling. And I don't know why I'm struggling. And I think I'm struggling over the grief of my kid, or my friend, and my kid's being a jerk, and my husband's being a jerk, and my dog's being a jerk, and my other dog's being a jerk, and it's like everybody's being a jerk, and now I'm a jerk, so I'm going upstairs. And so I literally went upstairs and just like watched a fucking movie in bed, elevating. I was like, I'm done. Completely done. And everybody will act like it's normal. And I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. Yes, I had an episode. Yes, I had no control of myself. Self-control. 0. But we are going to do a family charter. We're going to start changing this shit because we need to start respecting each other in this house. If we don't do that, everybody has to feel respected. Everybody just doesn't get to keep bitching about what they want. You know, I'm always fucking screaming about what I need. Peter's always bitching about what he wants. And Mr. Sith don't say a fucking word, which is why nobody knows what he wants. So I sat everybody down at the table this morning and we hashed that shit out. Now there is a clear fucking understanding. And I'm going to make a little poster on my Canva, make it all nice. And we are going to, I'm going to print it out, the family charter. We're going to sign it, and we're going to put it on the wall. Because shit's changing in here. I'm tired of being the only one who understands that you need to hold yourself accountable for your behaviors. Was it the dog's fault? Was it the rain's fault? Was it Mr. Sith's fault for standing behind me? Was it, Peter's fault for giving me a hard time during... No, it wasn't. It was my fault. Because I could not manage my feelings. And although that might literally be contributed to the fact that I'm at a maximum peak capacity of stress, anxiety, anger, grief, all of that. Okay, but still, it's my responsibility for what happened. They hold responsibilities for their behaviors, but that has nothing to do with me, right? Did they contribute to how I felt? Absolutely. But they didn't make things happen. God didn't make things happen. The weather didn't make that happen. I made it happen. And that's what people need to start focusing on. That it's not about who is responsible for what. It's you're responsible for you, no matter what. And it's okay to feel these things. It's okay to have a moment where you just flip the fuck out and break your favorite bottle by accident. It wasn't by accident. But was it by accident? Because I created the energy that ultimately led to that happening. So I broke the bottle. Period. And it is what it is. I have to get on with it. I had to sit down, do some devotional, sit down, elevate. Sometimes I just need to remove myself. But understand, moms, it's okay to remove yourself. What I need to start doing, and it's because I'm never dressed. I know it sounds crazy. I got dressed for this. If you know, you know. Okay, so I homeschool, but I have been complacent because I haven't felt good with whether or not I'm going to get my ass up and go somewhere. What I need to do is that when I have those situations, I need to get my ass up, get dressed, and go to a coffee shop. Listen to my book there. I need to remove myself from the surroundings, the energy, and let it clear and pass. So after this, I'm going to sage the house because we made the compact, right? We made the charter. We're going to come back and sign it. But I need to smoke the badass energy out of this house right now so that we could start from scratch. And that's okay, right? I don't care if you believe in that or not. I'm telling you, every time I sage my house, I feel so calm. And I'm feeling really good. And I'm going to read another devotional reading today before I do it. So I'm even in a better mood. And by that time, the boys will be home. And then we got a couple hours before we'll do lunch, sit down and do our charter, sign it all up. And then he's off to a scout hike. And then today at 5 o'clock is the unspeakable YouTube, YouTuber that Peter loves is having a live stream. He's got an event in Dallas, I guess, today, and promised all sorts of insanity and chaos like Unspeakable does. It's my son's favorite guy besides Mr. Beast and Preston. And so he's allowed to watch certain channels of theirs, but not all of them because they can get a little stupid for the adults. And so he doesn't get to watch them all day, but he likes them. And I like Unspeakable's hustle. You guys know I don't like that, but he's 20-something years old and he's worth $30 million from YouTube. You got to respect that kind of hustle, right? That kid knows what he's doing. Bless his heart. So I got my son a virtual ticket and we're going to have pizza on Unspeakable night. I'm probably going to have cottage cheese and a shake. Maybe some cheese. More cheese than cottage cheese. I've been on a cottage cheese kick. So, but I'm not going to get into that. Moral of the story today on Coffee Talk is allow yourself, ladies and gentlemen, even you guys, to have your fucking freak out. It is okay. It doesn't make you any less human. It makes you human. As long as you understand that nobody caused you to act that way, you did. And accept that. Honor that you had to feel that way for a moment, because I did, or I was going to lose my shit even more. And then forgive yourself and look at steps to move on to how you could correct that. For us, it was creating the charter in our family, and all that. So if you guys want any information regarding how to do a family charter, I'm sure you can YouTube it, but I can screenshot. If you send me a message, I could screenshot the paper and send it to you. Or I can download the paper that we got from Peter's teacher and do it that way from his co-op. His co-op teacher is the one that had this included in her stuff, and I thought it was really pretty cool because they were doing one for their classroom, and so we decided to do one for our house. So that's it for this edition of Coffee Talk number 1. Hopefully this whole YouTube thing worked out. If it did, yay! We did our first YouTube video. If it didn't, well, fuck, we'll try next time. Until next time, always remember, lead with kindness. So I always give it a couple minutes just to clear it out, do all of that. Now I can actually not hear like I'm in a tin can. And that's pretty much it. I leave it here, and then my editor, Sith-Web, Mr. Sith, comes and puts everything together for me. I'll change the name to the Coffee Talk Part 2. Usually it's just 1, but it is what it is today. And it's about it. So until next week, 2 weeks from now, who knows? Till next time, have a good one. And don't forget, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button. Make sure that you are, subscribe and smash the bell. I don't know, whatever. Subscribe if you want to know when the next one's coming out.